Oh, we've grown a weep nitty bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream, except for last week, because last week I was crazy busy at work. It went over into the weekend, and this coming weekend looks to be pretty busy as well, too. But hey, that's why I get paid the big bucks, right? So sometimes the real jobs got to take precedence over this. But we're here this week. And that means we've got 2 weeks worth of stuff to cover. The game stuff we're just going to cover this weekend's event, but our community corner is crazy. We got a lot of stream submissions from the folks in our Discord. I think Razor Quake 46 mentioned that he's got a few things in there. We got a lot of stuff from PB218, our resident Minecraft Transformers builder. We got some Lego Transformers from Bricks Motion. And yeah, lots of cool stuff. Also managed to get a lot of toys in this week, these last couple of weeks. So we got quite a bit to cover there as well. So let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. We do stream Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. And subscribe if you haven't already, so that'll allow you to chat during the live stream. And also let you ring the bell so you can know when we go live, or you can just set your alarm. And yeah, say hi to Oktar, one of our channel members in the stream. You can also join and help support the channel if you feel like you want to do so. We've also got Charles Rogers here, Wolfman, Altabot Phil, PB218. We'll be definitely seeing more from you. So again, thank you for all the submissions. Super VH, another one of our mods. Lord Avix, Dittos, Shattered Glass Shockwave, 3-piece Chevy. Denali Kid, welcome. I think I saw Alpha Trion in here. Freesius, Max, Lord Monk, Joey Johnston, and a lot of familiar faces. I think a few new ones. So if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, welcome back, and thank you for your continued support. Let's get to the news, shall we? This weekend's event is called The Unexpected. So they've got a little bit of a theme with this saga, you know, the arrival, the dig, the unexpected, and yeah, so a lot of they got a little bit of a theme going. Gather your alliance members and take part in this weekend's event to win up to 300,000 spark, 5,000 prime core shards, 20 million alloy and energon, and 60 new shard crystals containing premium 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star shards. So we've seen shard crystals before, but this one's a little bit of a reconfiguration, and we'll talk about what's in that. It is a prestige event. It starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. 20 prestiges and super XP throughout this event. Got to be headquarters level 4, be in an alliance, hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, win the points, and collect your prizes. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones. And there's a list of what you can get in each of the prestiges. 40,000 points per prestige, which is actually quite a bit for a prestige, but you can go through them 20 times. For a lot of folks who, there's a lot of alliances out there that really have no problem doing this kind of stuff. Some of the smaller alliances that are still trying to grow and get going might have a little bit of a tougher time. Like our alliance maybe get through 5, but more likely 3 or 4. But hey, you know what? That's fine. Let's see. So here's what you can get in the new crystal. It's equal chance for any of the crystal prizes: 25 5-star shards, 100 4-star shards, 200 3-star shards, or 1,000 premium shards. Equal chance. So hopefully you get lucky with whichever shard level that you want, whether it's 5 stars or a 4-star shards. Maybe you want the 4-star shards because maybe, like me, you're saving up for a 4-star Titan part, or maybe you're just trying to get that much closer to a 4-star crystal and you're a long way from 5 stars. But whatever you want, I hope you get it. Good luck to you. Also, this weekend, or this week's newsletter, we've got some new G1 power cores coming to the game. First up, we've got Skylinks and Blitzwing. If you equip this core, all of your attacks heal you for a percentage of the damage done and generate a shield before taking off for the Plasma Shroud, which absorbs 80% of all damage for 4 seconds. Of course, you know, they've got 2 different attacks. One, they shoot from a distance, and then you also have the Plasma Shroud, which they actually take off and fly, and I think that's actually going to be helpful, having a shield while they're off doing that run. And also a little bit of a Healing for the percent of the damage done. That's kind of what is that? It's kind of an alchemist prime core effect a little bit there. And let's see, Rodimus Prime, a Motor Master, restores a percentage of health every 5 seconds, kind of like a Rejuvenate. But when your health drops below 40%, you overcharge the sparks of your allies, making them deal a percentage of their damage over 5 seconds. So basically, when you get down to 40%, it automatically triggers a special ability without using ability points. So that's pretty cool. We're also getting one for Preceptor and Bombshell, where the defenses that are hacked by their ability will receive a damage increase. So not only do they turn on their own kind, but they'll also increase the amount of damage they do. And the passive hack duration on outpost bots is increased by several seconds. So as you know, these guys kind of have just by being on the battlefield, if an outpost bot pops up, once it uses its ability, if it's near Preceptor or Bombshell, they get hacked and go and attack their own defenses. And what they're saying here is it will blast for longer than what it currently does without the core. That's cool. And then finally we've got Firefly and Blast Off. It increases the special ability damage by a percentage and generates a shield before taking off for the airstrike, which absorbs 80% of all damage for 4 seconds. So kind of a combo enhanced ordnance and reflective shield, although this is better than a reflective shield. But again, that only kind of lasts for 4 seconds as opposed to all of the time and all of the other things that the reflective shield protects against. So it's basically enhanced ordnance with a touch of reflective shield when you use their ability. So very cool. And that's pretty much it for the game. Surprisingly, we had nothing about the bots that are coming up. And next weekend, I think, is going to be an individual event, and then we'll have a leaderboard for, this is Trail Cutter, but he's a stand-in for Flatline for the Decepticons, and Minerva, 2 new medics that are coming to the game. I expect we'll learn a little bit more about them next weekend. If not, we'll definitely learn more the weekend after that, because that's when the leaderboard is. So figured I'd go ahead and throw that in there, since they didn't include it in the in the newsletter. And yes, here we go, says PB2. We're here for the community quarter, so sit down, get comfortable. We're going to be here a little while because we've got a lot. And thank you for all of your submissions, everybody. And once we get through this, we got quite a few crystals to crack as well. And once we get through that, we got a lot of toys to show off. So we're going to be here for a little while. It's going to be a good time. All right. So first up, we've got a submission from our friend RB Blades, who's got recently got the Rodimus Unicronus toy. This is just the Rodimus Kron counterpart, they called it, kind of like a Nemesis Rodimus Prime. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. I have to agree. I really do like that toy. I did not think I was going to like it because, oh, it's just a black repaint. Who cares or whatever. But man, when I saw that thing on the shelf, I had to get it, and I love it. It was one of my top figures for the year that it came out. I don't even remember when that was. 2017 maybe? Oh my gosh, I'm so old. We also got this really cool submission from Granny Galvatron. I had to include the comment that was given with this. It says this patch was given out at San Diego Comic-Con 2016 for promotion of the Transformers Earth Wars game. You had to show your base, download the game at the event, or show your post on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, I'm assuming about the game, to get either an Autobot or a Decepticon patch. So very cool. You know, I kind of wish I would have known about that, because I wouldn't mind having one of these little patches. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that, Grand Galvatron. And Razorquake46, we're into your little segment here. So we've got Megatron with his 2 favorite Seekers, Thundercracker and Skywarp. Starscream is not one of his favorite Seekers, since he's constantly trying to backstab him. So yeah, very cool. So he's got... that looks to be, I'm guessing, looks like Siege Megatron, and definitely Earthrise Thundercracker and Skywarp. So very cool. And these were pretty cool. He created Movie 1 Bumblebee. That's the Transformers, the original Bayformers Transformers movie Bumblebee. In Forza Horizon 5, I assume it's some sort of a racing game where you can create custom cars. I haven't played it myself, but the name is familiar, so very cool. It's and we also have creation of Shattered Glass Goldbug in the same game from the Generation Selects, I'm gonna call it. So yeah, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's really neat to see that there. And it also worked out to be a pretty nice segue to Bricks Motion, who created a Lego Shattered Glass Goldbug. So there's that. Always impressed by these Lego creations there from Bricks Motion. Crazier Quake says, I'm a crazy car nerd, expect more for that from me. Okay, looking forward to it. We've also got Shrapnel, or Scrapnel if you go by the game name, and the Night Striker, Night Raven Skywarp. I just combined Sky Striker and Night Raven into Night Striker. That's actually a pretty cool name though. Night Striker, right? I don't know who I was looking at. I've seen other people on YouTube do it. They're always looking off. It's like, who are they looking at? Probably nobody. Maybe it's a friend. I don't know. But for me, there's nobody over there. And so we've got Scoop here, which I like Scoop. He showed up and was kind of big in the comics there a bunch of years ago. Had a really nice Thrilling 30 figure come out. And I'm not entirely sure who that Constructicon is. I'm thinking maybe Scoop in the Constructicon colors, because again, in those comics, the Scrapper had died. He had been killed, and they needed somebody to fill in for the leg, and they kind of somehow shanghaied Scoop into doing that, and then he took on their colors. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. PB2 Roadblock, I was thinking that too, but he's got the Target Masters. So if Bricks Motion's in here, green is Roadblock. Okay, there you go. So that works. But considering he's got Target Masters there, it could also be the Constructicon colored Scoop. But you created it, it's Roadblock. So the partner for Dirtbag, if I recall. By the way, if you follow Patriot Prime Reviews, he recently got a Dirtbag, an original G2 Dirtbag, and also then went and got Roadblock because they go together. So yeah, go check out his channel if you want to see the toys of Dirtbag and Roadblock. So pretty cool. Oh, Roadblock was packaged with the Target Master. Okay, cool. See, the more you know, right? So then we've got mold mates here, Grapple and Inferno. Very cool. Definitely like those. I've always kind of liked Inferno, probably because it's one of the figures I did get in G1. Still have it. He's in, not in super great condition, but I still have my G1 Inferno. And then, of course, Grapple is Hoist's buddy, too. So, do like those. Alpha Trion says, I have a vacuum with a dirt bag. Yes. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Always impressed. You and you building with Legos and PB2 building with Minecraft. It's always very impressive to me, the creativity that you guys have. Oh, so cool. And I don't know who this guy is. You're gonna have to fill me in. He kind of looks like Sideswipe. Definitely not Sideswipe colors. I dig the colors though. It's really cool. Kind of looks like he's got a little bit of an engine in the back, which makes me kind of think Sunstreaker too. But I know Bricks Motion's in here. Maybe we'll see here in a second. Shattered Glass Sideswipe, G2 Sideswipe. I thought G2 Sideswipe was like the black one, but could be a different one that we haven't seen before. So cool. I'll definitely have to go look that up. Definitely cool colors. I like the kind of teal with a little touch of yellow. And I think this is the last one from Bricks Motion. Shattered Glass Starscream. Very cool. Got the whole Jetfire color scheme going on. Oh, it was Shattered Glass Sideswipe here. Okay. There we go. That makes sense. And then, of course, and that makes sense because we've got Shattered Glass Starscream going on here. Very cool. And you guys, you didn't plan it, but it worked out very well because I was able to segue into Bricks Motion's set of slides, and I'm able to segue right out of it into PB2's version of Shattered Glass Starscream in Minecraft. You got a little preview of a couple more that are coming later off to the side there. But yeah, so there is Shattered Glass Starscream in Minecraft. Very cool, very cool. And there are images from all sorts of different views, including the backs and sides over in our Discord in the Art Showcase channel. But there's so many here, I basically just picked the front view of all of them. So if you want to see more of these, come on over to our Discord and check out the Art Showcase channel. This is where all of these do get posted. And another Seeker, had to go show this. Shattered Glass Thundercracker. Awesome. I love it. You know, just couldn't have done better myself. That's a joke because you guys know I custom the Shattered Glass Siege Thundercracker. So yeah, very cool. Really cool to see this. Man, I just love those colors. It's just so wacky. It was so wacky. I love it. That's awesome, man. And then we've got the Rainmakers, Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm there to round out some Seekers here. Kind of breaks the Shattered Glass trend because we're going back to Shattered Glass with the Shattered Glass Megatron. Looking great. It is a really cool color scheme with kind of like the white with the black and a little bit of blue on the fusion cannon, and then also the wings. Very cool version of Shattered Glass Megatron. And we've also got Shattered Glass Shockwave, who we kind of saw in the preview in the first one. Man, I looked and I wish I had an extra Shockwave figure because I want to paint one yellow. I really wish I had an extra Shockwave figure. But I don't, so maybe I'll keep an eye out. Maybe next time I go to a toy store or a comic store, see if they have an extra Shockwave for a decent price. Maybe I'll pick one up. And we've also got Shattered Glass Soundwave. We've got the headband there, so that's cool. Rumble and Frenzy down there, looking very much like Eject and Rewind. Kind of like how Starscream looks like Jetfires. It makes sense. A good choice. I'm not sure if that's official, but it totally makes sense. You even got Buzzsaw and Laserbeak up there, kind of colored like Steeljaw and what's his name, Ramhorn. So yeah, definitely cool. Definitely cool choices there. I'm not sure if that was official or your choice, but well done, and I dig it. It's official. Okay, cool.
Sorry, could you say that again?
I'm not talking to you, Siri. I don't know what I say that triggers that. But one of the minions didn't make the cut over there with Shattered Glass Soundwave. I think mostly because he was released as a combat bot is Shattered Glass Ravage. So there we go. Pretty cool. I know he's small. It's a little hard to do with in that scale, but I think you get the point across. I mean, I get it. I get the point. So yeah, well done with Ravage, all by himself, alone in the field. And then we move on to a before and after of Flatline. On the left there, you'll see is the original Flatline that he created before, long ago, before we saw what he's going to look like in the game. PB2 went ahead and created Flatline there on the left. And then once we saw him, what he's going to look like in the game, we went ahead and modified him off to what we see on the right. Honestly, they both look awesome. They both look awesome. Really do. And we also get an update for Double Dealer. So we've got, you kind of see him in the background as Double Dealer's robot mode, but while we see the robot mode for Double Dealer is the case for both Autobots and Decepticons in the game, the original G1 toy, the robot was the Autobot version of Double Dealer, and the Vulture, the Buzzard, was the Decepticon robot mode. And so that's why PB2 went ahead and felt like, hey, let's go ahead and make that buzzard version of him, and looks great. Looks really great. Very cool. And I really liked this picture because he had the other version of him there in the background there. It wasn't even planned, he says, but it works out. It's a nice little Easter egg. And finally, after many months, years even, of only focusing on Decepticons, finally PB2 is actually doing Autobots, starting with Optimus Prime, of course. Very cool. Probably fairly easy to do, because I'm pretty sure you did Nemesis Prime and maybe even Shatterglass Prime. But either way, I'm pretty sure you build them all from scratch. It's not like a copy and paste and just an eyedropper color thing. So very cool, Optimus Prime there. We also got Prowl. No tables in sight, so he's a little upset that he has nothing to flip. We've also got Jazz. That's very cool. Man, it's really neat how you got the stripes with the blue and the red there on his chest and all that. You know, unmistakably Jazz. Very cool. And we've got Ironhide, basically his command team. I think there's some debate out there about who's second in command, whether it's Prowl or Ironhide or Jazz. And honestly, I think it depended on the episode or whatever. But regardless of who you ask, I'm pretty sure these three are kind of like his generals. Optimus Prime's kind of battlefield commanders or whatever there. So Razorquake says it feels like this stream is just stream submissions. Yes, there were twice as many stream submissions, community corner slides as there were game news slides. But hey, it's 2 weeks worth of stuff. I mean, half of this stuff you guys had from last week, which we weren't able to stream, and I saved it. And I think this is the last one. We've got Sunstreaker. Very cool. Pretty neat how you got his head with his, they're not really ears or whatever his head fins there. Very cool. Even got kind of the red on the shoulders, which is I'm pretty sure that the reason he has red on his shoulders was because the original Diaclone toy was red, and when they chose to make Sunstreaker yellow, that red I think was stickers, and they just never changed the color of the stickers, so that's why he's got a little bit of red on him. May not be 100% accurate, but I know it's along those lines. So, Grand Galvatron chiming in with the patches. It says there's still some Decepticon patches for sale on eBay. Cool. Cool. And guess what? We're done with the slideshow anyway. So if you haven't already, if you're watching somewhere else, come over to youtube.com/EngineerHoist. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. If you feel like supporting the channel, we've got channel memberships available. And yeah, Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we're here. And you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And this is the point where I say thank you to all of my channel members and to my moderators for helping support the channel, either with your efforts or with your money, I guess, for the case of the channel members. Thank you guys all for your support. I definitely really do appreciate it a lot. And with that, how about we jump over and crack some crystals now, huh? Razorquake says, it probably won't happen, but it would be nice to see Sideswipe in his Siege design. Yeah, it would be cool. I agree. It probably won't happen, but it would be nice. Alright, cool. New Cyber Pass. Collect 15 or 13 from the Harvester. Should be easy. I just need to use a combiner. Just 10 laser turrets, 10 mortars. Wow! No, use the X amount of characters so many times. Finally, I think this might be the first day since this Cyber Pass started that I didn't have any of those. That's crazy. Yeah, so very cool. we've got a lot of crystals available, and we'll probably, by the time we get through with this, we'll probably have enough shards for a few more, too. So these are 2 weeks worth of 2 weeks worth of crystals, and also the VIP crystals, or the VIP rewards, which include like 30 premium crystals, and I didn't even crack all of like these Kremzeeks. So we'll just go ahead and get those out of the way. Alpha Trion's got a good question. Are we going to get dupes or voices? Well, probably no voices, because even if I do get a new 4-star version of a character, I've already got the other one, so I don't think we'd be getting the story mode of them. But still, Dupe City is the most likely probability. A lot of Kremzeeks! There's a voice for you. Not a very good one, but it's a voice. Razorquake just finished researching Shatterglass Goldblood to get him past 40 and upgraded headquarters to 14, now in an Energon crisis. I've been in an Energon crisis for how long has this game been going on now? Almost 6 years. I've been in an Energon crisis for about at least 5 of those. And let's see, these are new school crystals. These, I believe, are part of the VIP rewards as well. So these are all just shards. And I'm pretty sure I'm a long way away from a 5-star crystal, so even though we're getting those 5-star shards, I don't think we're close to cracking one anytime soon. Red Alert, how's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Prime and Duncan got a Combiner Wars Mirage recently. Really been enjoying him. Yeah, he's a decent bot. He doesn't have the classic Mirage transformation, but he's a decent decent toy. Let's see, what else do we got? I'm gonna save those for now. So, 9 of these. These were the crystals, I think, from last weekend's event. So shards and more shards. I will happily take all of the. Yep, see, there's more crystals to go get. I will happily take all of the 4-star shards they can give me, because I've got a long way to go to get that 4-star type card. Yep, there we go. Oh, it's so annoying doing them one by one. Yeah, there's more of those. Okay. And we got a bunch of power core chips. Like 4 different versions of gold chips. Why they're all different, separate, I don't know. Okay, so these silver chips I'm pretty sure were VIP rewards. These are food. And the last food. Well, probably not the last. There might be some more food in these gold chips too. So I don't even know what this one is. That's okay. This one's a gold G1 core chip. Okay, so this I think I got from the Cyber Pass. Yeah, I think that's the same thing with the G Metal one right next to it. And who is that? First Aid? No, Alpha Bravo. Yeah, I don't think I have this one, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get this this one too. RC. I think I have the gold G1 on my 4-star. I'll take the G Metal though. Building gold core chip. And this gold chip gave me another gold chip. That was weird. And with his gold chip, I get please play again message. And then an attack core. Okay. So this is a gold building. Honestly, these are kind of food because I've got G-metal cores on most of my buildings. And the ones that I don't have, I have gold on already. Yeah. And what are these gold chips? I'm not even checking, I'm just cracking. It doesn't matter. Oh look, another point defense beam that I don't need. The gift that keeps on giving, right? Yep, don't need that one either. What were these? Was this a headquarters chips? No. Incendiary. Now I've got G-metal of those on my buildings. Okay, speaking of G-metal building cores, see what we got. Oh, armor. I've got so many of those. I've got so many other better cores. High velocity shells. Now this one I'm kind of happy about. I think I do have one last cannon that I want to put a G-metal high velocity shell on. So I am pretty happy about that one. All right, so let's do these premium combat chips. I think this was from not this past weekend, but the weekend before event. Road burner. Spoil sport. I don't even know these combats by sight much. That one's what Pteraxodon. Dial. Trench pinpointer. See, those two look just alike. That's sound barrier. And dial again. Yeah, I was going to say that one kind of got a little yellow hit to it. The gold barrier again. And we'll do these last ones individually. Razorquake says one character we haven't got yet is Blue Streak and is driving me nuts. There's a lot of characters that people have been asking for a while. Let's see, we still haven't got Brawn or Gears. And top heavy. And because I do have some more premium crystals, I'm gonna go ahead and go grab those here before we get to cracking. Pretty sure we got 3-star crystal already sitting there waiting to be collected, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one more once we get through this dupe parade. Oh man, it wasn't even enough to get to another another Ted, so. Alright, so Dupe City, round 1. I'm happy to see any 3-star duplicates come through like that one there, because that means 4-star shards. It did take forever for Blur there, Monk. I'm sorry, Lord Monk. Got 4 of them, 4 3-stars in that one there. Cool. 360 4-star shards, getting closer. How close are we to a 5-star crystal? Oh, let's go take a look. About 1,000 away. So closer than I thought, but still quite a ways away. We're a little bit beyond halfway to Metroplex, and we've already got 3 3-star crystals sitting there waiting for us. And Denali Kid, thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Hey Hoist, I know it's been a long time. Great seeing you again as always. I miss your energy. Being a moderator for a friend live streaming Call of Duty Warzone has kept me busy, and so has work. You're not forgotten. Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and all that. So yeah, it didn't show up, did it? You know that is one thing. I did not check to verify it. There it is. It's just a little bit behind. I did notice that that's often lagged a little bit on that little notification there. But he may be late, but he's still cool. Hound Vamp. And the other Hound. and Hound Vanilla. I guess. I don't know. Hound 1.0. Random Optimus Prime comment in the middle of all this. No luck with the 4-star shards there. You know, regression towards the mean. Basically, anytime you have good results, you're going to have just an equal amount of bad results. Shoulder Pads Prime! I'll talk about Shoulder Pads Prime briefly when we get to the toy section. And Prime 1.0. Yo, Joe! Random Duke comment. Oh, 2 stars there too. Did get a gold building core, which I don't really need, but I'll take it. Luke, how's it going? He says, my most recent 5-star was last weekend, and it was Swoop. Now just to pull Sea Spray, Impactor, and Rook, and then leave batch 8. Very cool. Congrats. Deploy. Got a couple of 3 stars there. Very nice. 184 star shards. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much. And now we're down to 1 by 1. Six gun. How many 3-star shards for 3-star Triptychon? It was 20,000, I think it was. 20,000 3-star shards and 30,000 4-star shards. Three-star shards are a little bit easier to come by. I kind of wish it was the other way around. I wouldn't have minded going to 30,000 on the 3-star shards and would have rather had 20,000 on the 4-star shards. But, you know. Gotta make it. The good stuff you gotta make hard to get. And the last dupe is a Trailbreaker. So let's go ahead and go and collect 4 3-star crystals. And these, of course, do translate directly into 4-star shards as well. Because I got them on the Autobot side and they're all duplicates. I've actually got quite a few Decepticons 3 stars, so the high likelihood they would all be duplicates even if I use Decepticon 3-star crystals. I think Shattered Glass Jetfire 3-star is still out there, but he's not in these crystals yet. There you go. And that's it. Oh, one more thing. I was surprised, if you look at the Autobots, it's got a 1 there. Because I actually collected enough character shards to get a 4-star guaranteed bot. So let's go ahead and scroll all... Who is it? Who do we have enough character shards for? Who is it? Who is it? It is Sound Barrier. We'll go ahead and get that now. But I do have a Sound Barrier at 4 stars, so it's just going to be another duplicate. But still, 5-star combat shards, right? And a lot of combat spark. So, there we go. It's just not often that you actually see the something there for that. In that little section there, with character shards actually finishing good enough for a character shard crystal. Cool idea, but it takes forever to get there. And so with that, we're done with the game content. As usual, we'll probably talk more about it, you know, as the stream progresses. If you got questions, throw them up there. But that's the last of the planned content. But don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We got plenty of toys stuff to talk about. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. I almost need a new intro little lower third there for like, okay, talk about toys, right? Let's just go ahead and do that. So yeah, so we've got Flatline. I'll move him out of the way. We're not talking about him. And again, if you're not familiar, this is the Fans Hobby Athena third-party figure as a stand-in for Minerva. It's meant to be Minerva, but they can't call her Minerva because you guys know how third parties work. Okay, so first thing that came in, I think it was almost like a day or two after the last stream. I got a nice little shipment from Chosen Prime, and haven't built it yet, but I did get the Windblade model kit, and this will probably be the next model that I build. I don't know if you've seen this, but it very cool. You know, very posable. Really looking forward to building this kit. And actually, was it? I want to say it's like NG Smooth. You know, one of the guys who did like all those crazy Transformers videos from a bunch of years ago. Apparently, he's a you know, he builds model kits and is like really professional. He's got the whole airbrush thing and all that. Did this kit and got it painted all up, really nice shiny black paint for the black areas, and a really like a candy coating for the red areas. And it turns out the way you do that is you lay down some silver paint, and then you put down like a clear red paint on top of it. It's beautiful. So go check that out. I only wish my skills would be that high. Yeah, Energon O's videos, same person. I think it's even the same channel. So, okay, so along with that shipment, I got Iron Factory Sea Spray. Goes by the name Surfing Arrow, and you can kind of tell he's got this little harpoon weapon, which is in arrows, and he's a hovercraft, which is kind of surfing arrow, I guess. But really cool. You know I love Iron Factory. I've gotten like almost all of the Iron Factory except for maybe the repaints, although I did get a lot of Seeker repaints. I decided to call it quits. But yeah, Iron Factory. This is he lives up. It's typical Iron Factory. It's just a fantastic little figure. Transformation is not quite as intuitive as you might think, but it's not difficult. Once you kind of see how it all goes, it makes sense and it works really good. And yeah, really cool take on Sea Spray. So if you like Legends class figures, definitely a good one to pick up. And so Sea Spray and Windblade were the two that I had pre-ordered. I really didn't want to wait. I didn't see anything else coming in anytime soon. I really didn't want to wait, so I had to find something else to kind of add to my order so I could get free shipping, because I don't like paying for shipping from these from these online retailers. I would rather throw in another bot and get the free shipping than pay for shipping, right? So I decided, you know, I don't have enough Legends class sound waves, so I went and got the New Age Scaramanga. It's kind of like a metallic paint job. It's dark blue, and I did not even realize, but he also comes with his minions. He's got Ravage, who I've got jumping out of his chest. He's got Laserbeak, and he's got Rumble. And the his pile drivers are optional attachments. And these guys all do transform into tapes to fit in Soundwave, one at a time. But we'll go ahead and take a little Ravage out. We'll close up his chest, so there you go. And it's cool. Laserbeak has little magnets on his feet, and Soundwave's got a little metal strip right there on his wrist, and so that's how Laserbeak just kind of stays there. Really, really cool figure. New Age is amazing. I mean, yeah, I got their Optimus Prime a while back. I got their Ultra Magnus. I've got their Megatron. I've got Shockwave, Galvatron. I have their Cyclonus pre-ordered. I got their Constructicons. It's just so cool. And I thought, since I got him fairly recently, I'd bring in the Iron Factory Soundwave, which came out fairly recently. They were going for two different things. The New Age Soundwave was going for G1 accuracy, and they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. It's mind-blowing how good this little figure is. And whereas Iron Factory went more for kind of like an IDW Cybertronian Soundwave. He does have a tape deck mode, but his main mode was more of a truck mode. So you could tell by he's got the wheels there and there. So they were definitely going for two different things. But honestly, they're both really good. And whether you want to go for the Iron Factory one or the New Age one, really kind of depends on which style of Soundwave that you want. But yeah, so got all of that. The Iron Factory one I got a little while back, but I thought it'd be cool to compare. Let's see. Racing Quake says Rumble is blue. DJ Hart, oh, you were really close. You started typing Frenzy. And let's see, what was the order that I got in next? I think the next one I got in, sticking with the Soundwave motif, we got in the Bumblebee movie Soundwave from Studio Series. We took a look at Ravage not too long ago, and Ravage is indeed folded up in his chest there. And so there he is. He's got this blaster, which is kind of okay. It's not his traditional blaster. He's got his shoulder cannon, which kind of also looks like the he can hold it as a hand weapon, but then he doesn't have a shoulder cannon, and it's kind of long. And here's this little piece that came with Ravage, and so you can put that on the end to look more like his G1 weapon. It's not really supposed to be there for his shoulder cannon, so I didn't have it there. There's really no other place to store it, although he does have a spot here on the back there. It does kind of look a little inappropriate, though, if you're So yeah, so we'll just kind of throw up a sensor blur there for that one, but yeah. So but yeah, he turns into a nice Cybertronian waffle or pancake or hamburger or whatever. The transformation of the alt mode is just, I'm sorry, it's absolutely phoned in. It's terrible. I did it once for a picture, and I don't think I will ever do it again. But he looks great in robot mode, and that is what matters. And yeah, so if you do happen, I promote my Instagram and Twitter and say infrequent behind the scenes content. If you happen to follow them, you will have already known that I got this guy, because I did put a picture of him coming home to Ravage up there for that. So I didn't cover his storage location though there on the gram. Is that what they call? Oh yeah, and also for comparison purposes, you may have a Studio Series Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie in your collection, and there they are side by side, since they're both Voyagers, so you can kind of get a comparison for how they stand. They're roughly the same size. Optimus Prime is definitely got more legs. He's got a much higher waist. And Soundwave's definitely got more bulk. Soundwave's always going to have more bulk in his chest because he's got to carry around his family there. So, oh, let's see. Red Alert says, dude got Legacy Skids and Laser Prime in the store. Very cool. We're gonna get to that. So first up, I had all of the Legacy, the Deluxes, Voyagers, not Blaster because I already got Kingdom, and not Galvatron because I already got Kingdom. But I had them all pre-ordered on Amazon, and a couple weeks ago, Skids was the first one to show up in an envelope, which really roughed up the packaging. It's fine because the toy was fine, and I'm not a keep the package kind of guy. So if you are a keep the package kind of guy, don't order your stuff from Amazon because they're going to ship it in an envelope and it's going to ruin the package. It's stupid, but that's what they're doing now. I think it's kind of funny that at the same time that Hasbro made their packages less protective and thinner and stuff like that is the exact same time that Amazon decided to stop putting their stuff in boxes. So, yeah. Maybe don't pre-order it. Maybe wait till it's available and just order multiple things all at once, and maybe it'll get shipped together. But there's still never a guarantee. Even if they're in the same order, they might still ship from multiple places or whatever. Red Alert's got a good point. It says there might be a kit coming to turn Soundwave's waffle mode into a bat tumbler from the Nolan movies. I think I did see a picture of that, and that does actually look pretty cool, and I think it would work well. And I don't know if I'd go for it because, again, I'm pretty happy with him in his robot mode. But it definitely looks cool. So yeah, so there's Skids. He comes with a little Energon axe. I kind of had it underslung because I had him posed kind of, really, aggressively for a while there. And I thought it looked cool having him hold his axe underslung like that. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I dig him. He's not particularly impressive, but he is exactly what Skids should be. And the funniest thing I think about him is the way that you store the axe. It makes his car mode looks like he has a mohawk. So it makes the car look like it has a mohawk. So yeah. So there you go. So Skids was the first one to show up. A lot of people got Skids and RC shipped out right about the same time. I only got Skids. But it wasn't that long that I did get RC. Showed up from Amazon. Likewise, in an envelope. So the box was likewise trashed. But the figure arrived properly fine. She does have a little waist joint here where part of the transformation it kind of folds back. It was very loose. I used some of that joint tightener stuff, the key stuff, but you can use floor polish or whatever. And so it's interesting that the Prime fans were really having a cow about how Bulkhead looked, but they really didn't mind too much about RC. And I suppose I can see it makes sense because RC does still look very much like Prime RC. And we'll revisit this in a little bit. So you got her, and she's got this. It comes packaged together, but it turns out you can split it apart and have it on either arm, similar to her original Transformers Prime figures. I know other people have mentioned this. I'm pretty sure Deluxe Baldwin did, but I'm not a big fan of how they handled the wheels. The way they managed the wheels in the original Prime figures is way better. Her front wheel can come off and open up, but I don't want to because I don't have fingernails and it's annoying, and it kind of honestly just kind of looks dumb. Unless you want to say it's like a drone. Basically, it opens up and you got the two wheel halves sitting there side by side. You've probably seen pictures of it. It looks kind of stupid for her to hold. If you want to call it like a drone and have it off somewhere else, that's probably the most logical thing for that type of an accessory. So we got RC in, and we'll come back to RC. And then the big news, yesterday, I went out to my local Target because I had to do something else. I was looking for something else, and I always like to find an excuse to go to Target or Walmart because it allows me the opportunity to go down by the Transformers aisle. And it worked out pretty darn good because I found Silver Streak. Silver Streak is what the box says. He looks pretty darn blue to me. I mean, this is what Blue Streak really should have been. Long, dirty toenails. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. No, I don't. Doesn't really have toenails here. Long, dirty, short, clean, otherwise. So no real toenails here on Silver Streak. He does have the silver on his hood. So, and it occurred to me, his weapons accessory, particularly the shoulder cannons, the white, the stark white, just really kind of looks out of place to me. I was thinking, it's like, if they want to call him Silver Streak, maybe I could throw some silver paint on these cannons to might look a little bit better, and maybe even on the gun. And then I got to think, it's like, all the white that he has in here, might look pretty good with silver on all of that too. That way he'd be a little bit more Silver Streak instead of the white being silver. So maybe I'll at some point I'll put him on the list of things to get to. And it just now occurred to me, all of these figures so far have some sort of blue. Two sound waves. Sea Spray's got blue. Skids is blue. RC is blue, and Silver Streak is blue. And that's crazy. That's amazing. Combo breaker. Kickback. So we got Legacy Kickback here, and he's a good kickback. He's good. He doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, his transformation is basically you turn the head around, you move the wings a little bit, you split his arm apart, and you fold out the back legs, and that's about it. There's really not a whole lot to the transformation to turn this guy into a grasshopper. But you really don't need to do more. If you do more than that, you're probably overcomplicating it. I was not able to get his chest open. I'm not sure if it's supposed to open, but it was, I mean, he's got a pin here, and you can kind of see where it's almost like it should open. But then again, it's kind of tabbed right here on the side there, so I'm not really sure, and I definitely wasn't going to force it because I don't want to break it. It still looks cool though. I mean, it looks cool. And he comes with these giant purple energon things. He can hold them, or they can plug into his arms, or you can kind of slot them onto his wings. And honestly, they look the least stupid. They're up on the wings. Red Alert says it's not supposed to, but it can. Yeah, I would say probably if you're able to untab those, or if you don't care and want to kind of somehow snap those off, that's probably how you would do it. But I really don't have a need to have it open, so it's fine. I have other kickback figures, like what was one of the last one? Was it Combiner Wars or something like that? There was a kickback figure. It was kind of like a smaller one. Pretty sure that chest opened. Titan's Return, maybe. But yeah, so like I said, these things, they're kind of not necessary, but they look the least stupid. If you're not going to just put them away in a box somewhere, they look the least stupid tabbed on to the wings like that. So, Wayne Wilkinson says he looks like the Transformers Devastation kickback, and if you played the game, you know what I mean. I kind of know what you mean. It's been a while since I played it, but yeah, I know the game, and I played it all the way through, but it's been a while. So yeah, so there you go. So there's kickback. So that's 3 of the 4 deluxes from Legacy Wave 1. And I did find the 4th one, Drag Strip. I gotta tell you, this figure is awesome. I love the transformation for this thing. It is so cool. I mean, even the guns. He doesn't come, first of all, he doesn't come with any useless energon weapons or accessories like skids and RC and bulkhead and laser prime and basically everybody else. He doesn't come with a single bit of, or even Blaster came with eject, which was all clear energon gunk. Drag Strip doesn't come with any of that. Probably because Motor Master's going to come with all of it. But I digress. He just comes with these 2 cool blasters that's got really nice purple paint there on the main body of the weapon. You can actually kind of combine them into a double weapon, but I always thought that kind of looks stupid when you put 2 weapons together and then it just kind of has one of the handles just kind of hanging off there by itself. I always thought that kind of just looked dumb. I'd rather just have him double wield, put one in each hand. But I suppose I did that, and I'll just leave it there for now. But his transformation is amazing. And maybe at some point I'll do it, but we've got so much to get through. I don't want to take the time to transform it now. But if you want to, I'm going to go keep promoting friends of mine. Go check out Larkin's Lair. He did a real quick transformation video of him. He actually patterned it by the instructions. He basically went through, did a video version of the instructions. He showed the instructions on one side and then showed the step on the other side, and he did it for Drag Strip. So if you want to see it, go check out Larkin's Lair. He did an instruction video for Drag Strip. Transformation is just absolutely amazing. And I will say, one of the things that the instructions does not talk about, he's got a slot here. You press in on that, and he comes apart. Clearly for the combined mode, and the package does mention that he's part of a combiner team. So clearly he's going to come apart in combined mode, and since there's really no other indications of where he would have a where you could put in like a combiner fist or even another connection port or anything like that, pretty sure this Menasor is going to be following the same route that a lot of the third parties did, where the Motor Master or the trailer is going to make up most of the Menasor bot, and these guys are going to just kind of plug on as decoration, really, not really be the limbs. So he's got the NPM jazz gimmick. Yeah, you want a piece of me? No, I want 2. Oh man, too soon. Yeah, so there you go. So there's Drag Strip, a big combo breaker as far as the blue coloring or whatever. And then last but definitely not least is everybody's favorite Legacy figure to hate on, Bulkhead. That's right, I love this guy. I am one of those Prime fans who did not care about this change because this guy looks fantastic. He is great. He's got the transformation part, especially around the waist, is a little tricky and a little scary. But he transforms. He turns into a really nice vehicle mode, and the way that this his wrecking ball works. I mean, look at this. Oh, it doesn't want to come apart. But basically, he's got his normal fists, and it's like it closes. It's the wrecking ball. It just closes. It doesn't tab on. The original Prime bulkhead, you got to flip the fist in and plug it in. No, this you open it up and you tab it into his hand. And it works with the other hand too. You just kind of got to do it from the other side because it's offset a little. But you just put that in, you close it up, and boom, he's got his wrecking ball. It's crazy. I love it. I love it. And he does have this worthless little energon weapon, which he can hold it, but it also kind of works on the shoulder. I kind of like it like that, but that's really more of a breakdown thing. Breakdown always had kind of the shoulder weapon, so maybe Bulkhead got an upgrade because he wants to, battle against breakdown. He does have the little shield thing. It kind of tabs on his back. I kind of like that look because when he's holding it, it blocks the look of the bot. So I just kind of like having it on the back there. But yeah, there he is, and there's his legs. Very very much like you might see like in Grapple or Hoist or something. I mean that when you first look at him, that's what, or not Hoist, Inferno. Grapple or Inferno. When you first look at him, you might think, oh yeah, very similar transformation or something maybe. Because the legs kind of work that way, and then the whole body is the front cap. Completely different transformation. Not anything at all like those guys, but the bot mode does kind of end up similarly. But this is oh, it's so cool, so amazing. They did have Galvatron, which says to me that they got leader class in, but somebody must have beat me to Laser Prime. To Shoulder Pads Prime. I was kind of bummed, and as I usually do when I don't quite find what I was hoping for, I walked away and then walked back. I kind of walked up and down the toy aisle, see if maybe somebody hit it somewhere or whatever, but I did not find it. So unfortunately, I had to leave with only 4 new figures instead of a 5th one. But that's okay. I got Shoulder Pads Prime pre-ordered on Amazon, and he's big enough that he's not going to come in an envelope. But again, I don't really care too much about the boxes as long as the figure comes out okay. So I'll get him. I was kind of disappointed I didn't find him yesterday since I found everybody else. I mean, they had Skids and RC there too, but I had already gotten Skids and RC. Blaster though was somebody had taken him to Blaster, which again is fine because I already got Blaster. I didn't need the Legacy one. Legacy and Kingdom, by the way, it's been confirmed, are exactly the same. Again, my buddy Larkin Slayer got both of them, and he showed pictures. They're identical. And Galvatron, Legacy Galvatron is basically the same as Kingdom Galvatron, except he doesn't have the extra the paint for the battle damages or whatever. But honestly, that doesn't really bother me. And if I ever don't want it on there, I can always just remove it. But it's not worth getting another version of that figure, especially since I already have 2 Galvatrons. I've got that one, and I've got the Behold Unicron, or Behold Galvatron one with the kind of like the reformatting that came with all the Unicron accessories. So which it's awesome, by the way. I looked over that way because he's over there. he's over there. I was off camera. All right, so let me clear some of this stuff out of the way because we got comparisons because I want to talk about it, and try to clear some of this out of the way. All right, come on, let's move. Let's move. Move. First up, RC. All right. So here's Legacy RC. Prime First Edition RC. So definitely a different take, but you can totally see what they're going for. So there she's got the big blades on there, and see what they did with the wheels on this Prime RC. They actually got it folded in to where it kind of integrates with the inside the leg, not stuck off to the side like the Legacy did, and she is kind of spindly, and probably, but it's still a very cool figure. Probably the only thing I don't like about the first edition RC is her little wings, her little flares are on her shoulders, which does kind of hinder articulation a little bit, and they don't really stick out much. But otherwise, probably the best Prime RC figure they made. And they did actually make her in pink as well. This was a New York Comic Con exclusive from 2010, 2011 or something. I got it back when it was Hasbro Toy Shop. She came packaged with a first edition Bumblebee in like New York City Taxi, and the kids, or was it? I think it was just Jack and Raph, and they had like a "I Love New York City" or "I Autobot New York City" shirts deco or something like that. So I thought it was cool just to see the pink RC. And same exact figure, but she's done in the traditional RC colors, pink and white. And so I just wanted to go ahead and show that off. I thought that was cool. Then the RC, a lot of people probably got, because the first edition, I mean, obviously the New York Comic Con one was very exclusive, but even the first edition RC was not widely available in the United States. And it did come out of Toys R Us briefly before they closed. The whole, pretty much almost the whole first edition line, and I was able to pick them up. The RC most people probably got is the Robots in Disguise one, which, by the way, I know Robots in Disguise is kind of like the motto or whatever, but it's way overused for toy lines and comic books and TV shows. Stop using Robots in Disguise. Okay, anyway, so here's the one most people probably know of. The Robots in Disguise RC. They definitely did a lot better with the whole wing thing, and they still did the wheels up inside. And honestly, it's still a really good figure. I just kind of like the first edition more, but it's still a really good figure. And then you got the Legacy, and there you go. I think it's great, honestly. Bricks Motion, have a good one. Thanks for all your submissions, and thanks for hanging out there. So, yeah. What is this? Oktar says Prime RC has a similar hourglass shape to the Hot Rod model. Yeah, it kind of does. Whereas the Legacy RC is a little bit. Yeah, she's still got a little bit of it, but it's not quite as pronounced. See, she's more of a, not quite so slender, and that's fine. That's fine. And then the last RC, the last Prime style RC I have, is the Beast Hunters version, which is a modified version of the Robots in Disguise, and you just don't want to mess with her because she's got this big old gigantic bow and arrow here, and I had it folded up just so it wouldn't hurt, hit anybody else. But yeah, so there you go. So you also have the Prime Beast Hunters RC. Like all of the Beast Hunters, well, almost all of the Beast Hunters line, it's pretty much the previous line, with some slight molding differences. Like she's got a different head. The wings over here are more bat-like over there. Even the legs, I think, might be they are a little bit different there. So, and of course they all have these big honking beast hunting weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, so here are your Prime RCs that I am aware of, including the Prime Universe Legacy RC, and man, they look good. I love them all. They're great. They did do different versions. They did a version of this RC, the first edition, in transmutate colors. I did not bring her over here because she's not an RC. It's just the same mold, different character. And they also did a version of the Robots in Disguise RC and that's all BotCon. and then BotCon also did the RID RC as Flame War, which was like an attendee exclusive. I wasn't able to get that because people were selling it for initially for like $125, and I said that's ridiculous for at the time $14 figure. Even exclusive, maybe 40 or 50, but they was going for upwards of $120, and I was like, forget that. I don't need Flame War that bad. But they also did have a convention set that included a version of her as Flare Up. I do have that one, but again, different character, didn't include it in this comparison. So there you go. There's RC. So we're gonna move RC and RC and RC and RC out of the way. I don't recall if they did a Legends class or Cyberverse class, I think they were calling it at the time, RC. I don't think they did. They might have, but I don't have it. I do have one of those, a version of the Beast Hunter's bulkhead, although I didn't bring him for comparison. I need to move her farther out of the way. Legacy Bulkhead. Get right up in your face. He's awesome. Get him. Get him. He's awesome. So we've got comparisons we got some bulkhead comparisons. PBG says they did do a Cyberverse Prime RC. Yeah, of course they did. But I didn't. I probably never saw it because I'm sure I would have got it if I had seen it. Who's the first famous bulkhead that comes to mind to you guys? Was it Prime Bulkhead? What show did we really see this kind of bulkhead in? That's right, animated. You got animated bulkhead here. I believe this is the Voyager class version of bulkhead. They did do a leader class version, but I never did find him. I found this guy on eBay many years ago. Red Alert said Energon, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't this style. Or if he was, my bad. Anyway, animated is what I was thinking was. But no, I don't have the leader class, but I do have the Voyager class. And it's kind of funny. You can see how short he is compared, but heft-wise, way heavier. But yeah, so that's really kind of the first time we've really seen that I'm aware of that we saw bulkhead kind of in the style, kind of with the whole big heavy chin and the big green vehicle or whatever. Yeah, bulkhead turned into a helicopter and Energon. Yeah, definitely not this bulkhead. But thank you. I think there was a character in G1 called Bulkhead too. I think, but it, again, was not this bulkhead. So yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have room for all of them on here, but so yeah. So we've got an animated Bulkhead here. Very cool character. I like Prime more, probably because I'm more familiar with Prime. I mean, I did watch all of animated, and he's cool. But I kind of like the Wrecker, the warrior, the gentle-hearted warrior from Prime, a little more than the animated. I don't even know how to I don't even really know how to describe him. I mean, he's cool. He's cool. Yeah, I get it. I like it. Prime Bulkhead is where it's at for me. Okay, so speaking of Prime Bulkhead, this right here is your definitive Prime Bulkhead. It's the first edition Bulkhead, and he's just amazing. This is like almost perfect to the show. He's got the rounded chest. The doors kind of come out in front. He's got his wrecking ball. And remember, like I said about the wrecking ball for the Legacy one. See, for him, you got to flip his fist in, and then you just kind of plug it on. I mean, it works. It works. It's great. One of the problems with this Bulkhead is his arms. He doesn't have the wrist rotation or whatever. But I mean, it works out. It works out okay. At least the fists are in the proper orientation. One thing I just noticed as I pulled him down. Notice how he's got the wheels kind of flung back to the back of him. So does this guy. He's got the wheels back in the back. These are fake wheels, by the way. They're not actually the wheels he rolls on. But still, he's got that design aesthetic where he's got the wheels there behind his head as I bump the camera. Just like Prime Bulkhead. Of course, he's got the same green color, close. Basically the same head. He's got the wrecking ball. It's just this, he grew up a little. His legs are a little bit longer, and he's more of an army truck, whereas this guy was more of an SUV. But yeah, I do love this bulkhead. Most of my RCs, all except one of them, I think I had to pull out of storage or whatever. This guy, he is out and has always been out and will always been out. I love this bulkhead. Then, if you weren't able to get the first edition, bulkhead, which again was not widely available, you probably have the Robots in Disguise bulkhead, which is fine, but it doesn't quite match what the show was, because he's a little too slender. Doesn't really have the rounded look. He's got gorilla arms, and his wrecking ball was this ridiculous mechanism thing here. I hated all of this mech tech and mech tech style weapons, because when he tries to hold it, I mean, it's just kind of just undeployed. Sure, you can bring it out, and yeah, it's got a little light and it spins and all that, but you have to hold it, otherwise it just kind of stays tucked up. And he's got a little bit of fake car kibble there on there. It's dumb. It's dumb. I hated this gimmick for like all of the years they did it. They did it in Prime. They did it in Dark of the Moon. This worst gimmick they've ever done. I hate it. You get the point, but that's what it was. I hope it never comes back. But so there you go. He did also have like a meat tenderizer for some reason that he could put on his hand. So, and he's even got the wheels on the back. It's a decent version of bulkhead. If that's the only bulkhead you could get, and you want a version of the Prime bulkhead, it's a decent version of bulkhead. Pales in comparison to this guy though. So we got him sitting back there, and we also had the Beast Hunters bulkhead. So like I said, most of the Beast Hunters were just slightly retooled versions of the original. This guy's completely different. He's still got the gorilla arms. He's got spikes coming out of his kidneys. He's got a hood or a cape or something. He's got a saw for some reason now instead of a wrecking ball, and just almost looks like a completely different character. I mean, even he's got a visor now, or he's got kind of spiky eyes, but then again, if you look kind of close at it, these spikes here almost look like the eyes, and the blue is kind of like a weird smiley mouth, and it looks weird. And his Cyberverse version was even weirder because he had kind of like Viking horns like turned downward or whatever. I should have brought that over. It looks kind of cool actually, but it just doesn't look like bulkhead. So anyway, so there's this Beast Hunters bulkhead as well. Victory Star Saber says he has a Japanese Beast Hunter bulkhead in show colors. Yes, there was the Japanese version did have different colors and probably looked a little bit better. But anyway, that's the one that we got in the U.S. Compared to the Prime Universe bulkhead from Legacy. Really, just no comparison. So we'll just kind of set him farther off camera so we don't have to look at him. But yeah, so really, these are the big comparisons. I do have one other bulkhead to show you. He is a third party, so keep that in mind. And he goes by Bedrock. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He was TFCon exclusive from 2019, and oh man, he's cool. I like it. It's probably the fourth use or something. Is my webcam frozen? Yes, it does look like that. So hang on a second. I put that up and it doesn't change the webcam. Alright, let me get there. That better? Yeah, looks better. I don't know why it does that. It's weird. Technology. So anyway, so yeah, so this is Bedrock. He doesn't really ever have. He doesn't have a wrecking ball. He's just kind of got like wrecking ball style knuckle dusters or whatever. So he doesn't really rate as far as comparisons go, but he is a version of Bulkhead, and I thought it was worth bringing him in to compare. And also just to show that this is not the first time that we've seen a Bulkhead that's not the same exact as the Prime model, although it is the first official one that I'm aware of. Although, like again, Beast Hunters was way crazier too. So, and this guy is actually a lot closer than the Beast Hunters guy is. I mean, come on, seriously, that's who is this? Get out of here. I like the toy; it's cool. I'm just kind of making a point. But anyway, so yeah, so there's an animated couple of versions of official Prime Bulkheads. And then Legacy Bulkhead. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, they're bros, man. You know, fist bump, wrecking ball bump. So everybody can think what they want. You know, but I get it. When you think of Prime Bulkhead, I definitely think of this guy. But I am perfectly okay with this Legacy Bulkhead, and I love him. I love him. I can't say it. I don't know if I can say more about it. If you really want a Prime-styled Bulkhead, go find yourself one of these older figures. I'm sure they're out there on eBay or something. I was lucky to get it. You know, I was collecting during that time, so I was lucky to get them. And I am definitely hanging on to them. You cannot have mine. But this is still a good toy. It's still a good toy. It may not be the Prime Bulkhead that you like, but it's still a good toy, and it will have a place on my shelf somewhere. I have no idea. Probably my Prime shelves. They've been set for a while, and they're going to stay because I love Transformers Prime. I love the toy line. So my Transformers Prime shelves, they're going to pretty well stay intact. He's actually headlining the Wreckers shelf that I have. So he's up there with Prime Wheeljack and Generation Springer and Sandstorm, and I've got Mastermind Creations Impactor, which I would put Siege Impactor up there, but I've already got the other one up there, and it kind of fits that, you know, the IDW kind of look. I've got third-party version of Topspin and Twin Twist. I've got Physitron up there, or Iron Fist. It was a little Mech Ideas Gauntlet, so he's up there. And yeah, so I've got a whole Wreckers shelf. The Roadbuster's up there, and yeah, it's but yeah, he's up there. I even have Miko Nakadai is up there on my Wreckers shelf because she was a wrecker. I know a lot of people might not like Miko or the human characters or whatever, but I will say this, and I will stand by it. The human characters in Transformers Prime were by far the best human characters in any Transformers moving fiction. There's some pretty good ones in the comics too, but whether it was the G1 show, animated was pretty good too. You know, the Sumdacs were okay, but far and away, the Transformers Prime human characters were the best. You know, Agent Fowler, Jack, Raph, Miko, even Jack's mom was a very good character. Whirl is... I think Whirl is on my Lost Light shelf, and I don't have a second Whirl to have on the Record shelf. Otherwise, he would be. Pikachu says, consider him G1 Bulkhead, kind of like how Barricade showed up as a police car in the Bay films, but they kind of added him to G1 as like a Nemesis Prowl kind of, and yeah, I like that kind of addition to, not a retcon, but kind of an addition to the G1 pantheon. Kind of like I'm happy. Pure Transformer Prime stories, definitely got to be this guy. Newer G1-ish stories, you want to bring in some Prime characters, bring him in like this. I like it. I dig it. He makes more sense. And if you think about it too, his alt mode is very similar to what the animated alt mode is. Kind of like a military truck. and I meant to do it, but I forgot. Hound from the Bayformers. He basically is similar military truck. Obviously, different head, different personality. But yeah. So, and that was it. So that was my haul and extensive. No lying down on the job, bulkhead. But seriously, I mean, look at those tiny little legs. The fact that he's able to stand up at all is, is pretty impressive. Yeah, imagine Legacy bulkhead is an upgraded bulkhead. Well, yeah, say it's off. They've moved on. He's no longer hanging out with Miko. He doesn't. He's moved on to a different alt mode. So I mean, we've seen the Transformers. They can change alt modes. He was like, oh well, that wasn't introduced. Where the very first episode of G1, the Teletran 1 sent the Sky Spy out there to track down new alt modes, and he reconfigured them. They can do new alt modes, maybe not anytime they want, like they show in the Bayformers, but it can be done. So yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. He's the same guy. He just changed his alt mode. I would like to see from Legacy. I think Knockout would be a good one to have, kind of get more G1 styled or whatever. Because the Prime Knockout figure I was very disappointed in. He looks okay, but man, it could have been so much better. I would not, and we really only got one Knockout figure. The Beast Hunters one is essentially the same figure, but it looks like a part crocodile, which is kind of cool. But I would definitely like a new Knockout for sure. Yeah, definitely fun. Like I said, the waist transformation on him it's a little weird and a little scary, but it can get done. Skids is pretty standard. RC is pretty standard, although it's a little different because the Prime RC, these ladies, they basically just kind of fold their arms back and tuck their legs up, just kind of like in a tuck position up underneath there. This RC really does some like she's more of a contortionist. Her arms kind of still just fold down, but her legs actually come up and around. You spin her around, so it actually kind of comes up and around this way, and then goes back up underneath. It's really crazy, the transformation for this one. So quite different. The transformation quite different from the Prime ones, which is good. I mean, it's a new figure from a new line. If it was just the same thing again, people would complain. Yeah, which is kind of funny too, because for all the complaints that they got for this guy, if they just released this guy again, you'd have a section of people, probably different people than the ones currently complaining, but probably some of the same, complaining that they're just, oh, you're just releasing old stuff and then wanting to charge more. You'd be getting that complaint. So, fact of the matter is, some people just aren't ever happy. They're just going to be, some people just, choose to hate these things that you're supposed to love. And, man, if you're that unhappy, why are you still doing it? I mean, if you're not enjoying it, why still do it? Anyway. But, yeah, I would say Kickback is standard. This again, run-of-the-mill, there's really not much to him. Drag Strip is crazy fun. As much as I love Bulkhead, this is probably the most fun figure out of the Legacy that I've gotten so far. I mean, the other Legacy figures were Silver Streak, really the blue Silver Streak, which we've seen multiple times. Lift Ticket, which is basically just red Comrade Hoist or McDonald's Hoist for you, or something like that. So repaints or whatever. But this new wave, these are the new figures. And Drag Strip, oh man, he's so cool. In fact, let me move some of these out of the way. I want to go ahead and transform this guy for you. I've been talking him up so much, so let's go ahead and move some of these bulkheads and RCs out of the way. That's a big boy right there, I'll tell you. All right, so drag strip here. When I first did it, I always try to transform without instructions. So first thing I did was the legs, because they were easy to do. But you don't want to do the legs first. You really want to do the legs second. So one of the first things you'll do is you'll kind of rotate, just rotate these side things down. And then you can take these wheels and just kind of fold them up. And that is a really cool way of doing that. That's the first bit of coolness. So then his chest kind of comes out, and it also it's got a couple of hinges there, so you want to rotate it out and kind of bring it a little farther, and then kind of bring it back up a little bit. You see that? And then his head folds back, and so now you want to go ahead and rotate these, and this is the cool part. I mean, check this out. It's kind of all accordioned up under there, and there's the front end of the car. That is just so cool. I love that move. I seem to recall Fans Project Smart Robin, which is their version of Brainstorm, did a similar kind of a thing where it kind of accordioned to pull out the nose cone. It's not exactly the same, but it was very similar, and I always thought that was really cool. So seeing it here was really cool too. So then we'll actually rotate this around, and then this folds down like that, and it does kind of tab in these sides into the arms. So there's the front half done. It mostly covers the engine. And the back of his head's actually hollow, so it's kind of like a seat, I guess. So then we'll spin the waist around, or you can untab it and do it separately if you really want, I guess. Flip the feet up. You can tab them together now or later when you get done. Fold these down and accordion this up, and close it back up, and bam, there's your there's drag strip in his all mode. Really, really fun. Really fun. It is not painful at all. The first time, if you're trying to figure it out, it's a little painful. But man, once you actually figure it out and see how it's done, it is so cool. The hardest part is probably right here because it's kind of a tight joint, and you kind of. But that other than that, I mean, it is so fun, so cool. And then his guns can tab on here. So now again, even though we split him apart in robot mode, this is the mode he'd be in if you split him for Menasor. So obviously he's going to be kind of something like this, and you can kind of see that he's going to do that, because see, you got two spots right here. Don't really serve any purpose other than to plug onto an arm, and you've got two ports right here and two up there. Really don't seem to serve much of a purpose in either of these two modes other than to plug onto somebody else's arm. As decoration. I will bet you when Dead End shows up, he's going to have a similar split in two kind of a mechanism. And then of course you just kind of plug them back together. There you go, Dead End. Drag strip rather. Fun, so fun. And there's your guns. So fun. Drag strip. Get him. Get him. Even if you don't get Menasor, even if you don't go for it, drag strip is so cool. He looks great in his all mode. He looks great in his Bob mode. And the transformation is just... Alright. I think you guys get the point, right? I love drag strip. Big surprise. I knew I was going to love this guy. I knew I was going to love it. RC, I'm kind of like, okay. Skids is good. Kickback, he's kickback. Yeah, he's if you've got another kickback, you really don't need this guy. Unless you want, he's bigger. Yeah, the other kickbacks we've got are more of like a legend scale. So if you want a deluxe class kickback, that's the only reason why you should get this guy. He's nothing special. compared to anything. This guy, very special. Very special. Light years beyond Combiner Wars. Light years. I mean, even Combiner Wars even didn't have the whole double front wheel thing. This guy's got the double front wheels like Dragstrip's supposed to have. Have I convinced you yet? Oh, yeah. And this guy, you know, if you've gotten Siege or Earthrise, Prowl, Barricade, Smokescreen, Blue Streak, whatever, it's the same thing. It's just a different color. So if you like the mold and you want a blue version of Silver Streak or a blue version of Blue Streak or whatever, if you want that, get them. If not, leave them on the shelf for somebody else. But cool though. I mean, it's still cool. I mean, the mold itself is cool. So, but oh, this guy. Oh my goodness, so good. My goodness, I knew this was going to take a while, but man, it's been fun. And I have to apologize. I really wasn't looking at a lot of what you guys are saying in the chat. I was just on a roll. You know, it gets that way sometimes. Oh, man. Victory Star Saber says, I spent $140 on Legacy. Time to buy Kickback. Oh. Yeah, I can't wait to see how the Combiner is going to look. Yeah, I have a feeling, you know, haven't seen that that X-Transbots Menasor. It's basically kind of how theirs worked, except it was a masterpiece scale. Dragstrip, you just kind of split them in half. Same thing, Dead End, you just kind of split them in half, and then you just plug them onto the arms. So. You talk about HasLab Star Saber probably going to be the favorite in December. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Legacy Death Chicken for HasLab Star Saber. Yeah, I really hope we can get a Death Source for him too. Big Bronze Room says I need to ship my stash from Chosen Prime. It's got stuff in it from last summer. What? Come on, man. How do you do that? I mean, I got the Sea Spray and Windblade in, and I was just like, man, I can't wait. I had to go throw something else on there just so I could ship it. You're just sitting there on stuff? My goodness, man. Go ship it. Ship it. The thing I was most upset about, though, was the whole Chosen Prime. And it's nobody's fault other than the thing was way more popular than it was Arson, the TFCon exclusive from LA. It was basically this guy in pyro colors. This is the Fans Hobby Cap, aka Hosehead, but they redid him with kind of like a bunch of yellow and pink windows and a new head to be pyro, and they called him Arson. And as soon as I saw that figure showing up as what it was going to be, I was like, "Oh man, I've got to have that." Oh, I hope they have some left. But man, a lot of other people liked it too. And I was on there. They said, "Okay, it's going to be available at this time." I was on there and I couldn't hardly get in. And then by the time I did get in, after like 2 minutes, it was sold out. I was so bummed. They did say they're going to try to see if they can find some more from, divert a different shipment from somewhere. I'm not holding my breath. If I can get them, great. If not, I'll live. I even had other stuff in my cart, ready to go. That in stock stuff like Beast Box stuff, or I think I might have even had that Soundwave in there at the time. I had stuff in there because so that when he came in, I could go ahead and add him to the cart, check out, and then I'd qualify for free shipping. But then then I wasn't able to get him, so then I just took everything out of the cart. So. Just got Nightbird and Chomp, so definitely compelled to ship. Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm kind of on the fence about Nightbird. I really didn't want that RC because yeah, I already got the Ocular Max RC. I even got the Protoform colored version one of her. So the Hasbro one, you know, that chest just kind of didn't work for me. And when we saw Nightbird, it was very obvious to me why the chest was that way, because they molded they made that toy so that it was ready for the extended cowl of Nightbird, because it looks fine with Nightbird, but it really messes up the look of RC. And so that was a time where when they designed for two different bots, it really made the one bot suffer. And the problem is it's the bot that it's supposed to be is the one that suffered. But anyway, I was considering Nightbird, but you know, I'm kind of having to watch my my finances. So maybe at some point. And Chomp is what? That's the Skull Cruncher from Fans Toys, right? And 3 of the Raiden bots. The Moon Studio ones? Is that the ones you're talking about? That's another one. It really looks good, and I kind of want them, but it's hard to swing the finances. And man, that thing's just so big. I don't know. I have no idea where I'd put it. So I'm probably not going to go for them. I'd love to, but I think I'll probably just enjoy them vicariously through others. Because, you know, it's one of those ones where they look cool, but I really have no nostalgic connection to them at all. The whole Raiden bots. Like, most of these G1 characters, I'm you know, definitely got a connection to. Even Cap, you know, Hosehead. I've got G1 Hosehead, so I've got that nostalgic connection to that one. Like Minerva, not really so much, but mostly I got that one because I got the Windblade version of it. That was a TFCon exclusive from. It was during the show. It was the virtual TFCon exclusive, and then I saw the Minerva one. I was like, yeah, that one looks pretty cool. And then, you know, again, add stuff for free shipping kind of deal. So, yeah, Star Saber. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Kind of want them, but the wallet is saying no. Yeah. Razorquake says, I would literally go broke if they make a new version of Prime Bumblebee and Legacy. Legacy Prime Soundwave. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be kind of hard to improve on what they did in you know, Prime. Well, again, that's not really what they're going for. But yeah, Prime Soundwave was so cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at too. I think they look great, and yeah, transforming trains is cool. And I do have the nostalgic connection to a pretty famous transforming train, an Astro Train, though. There, so. Victory Star Saver says, I can't believe Dale trolled us with a 5-star nose cone leaderboard. Oh, come on, man. That was clearly April Fool's. You know, I don't believe anything on April 1st. Don't believe anything that anybody says on that date. Although I have to admit, I got rickrolled in one of our private chat. One of the guys posted up a link, and I was mostly just curious, you know, about the I think it was something about like Chomp or whatever. I was just kind of curious, and then I clicked the link, and sure enough, rickrolled. And I just wrote it in. It's like, yep, should have known. So. Have a good one, PB2. Joseph Trujillo chilling while eating a burger from Smash Burger. I'm not familiar with that. Biggest April Fool's joke is Morbius's existence. I haven't seen that movie, but I heard it's terrible. Let's see, I'm just looking back. Razorquake said something. What about Prime Dreadwing? Yeah, that was another one where I love that original mold with Skyquake and Dreadwing, and then the Beast Hunters version was a completely different mold for Dreadwing. Very bird-like. He had like chicken feet, and his wing opened up to be like feathers or something like that. It was really weird. But I guess Beast, kind of Beast Hunter, or whatever. But that original mold was so good. The Prime toy line was just amazing. Except Arachnid. Arachnid was terrible. And I think somebody said look at the APC toys. I'm pretty sure they're actually doing an Arachnid, like with the whole spider legs and everything. But man, I was so disappointed and that was the only figure they did of her too. The Viacons, especially, and in the rare case where the Robots in Disguise version was better than the first edition version, the Viacons, those amazing, and the Wheeljack from Prime, again, amazing. Okay, Razorquake. I thought it might have been you mentioned the APC. You know what's funny, Star Saber, about you said you pre-ordered Bulkhead and now you have two? I had just gotten an email earlier that day yesterday that Bulkhead from Amazon, that Bulkhead was arriving early and is preparing to ship. And then I just happened to go out that evening because I needed something else, and I saw him on the shelf. I'm like, oh, I need to cancel. Then it said, hey, we may not be able to cancel this because it's preparing to ship already, so we might not be able to. We're not going to guarantee that we can cancel it. So I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? What if I get a second? So I was like, should I just let it go through and get two? Yeah, so I was starting to think, like, what could I customize him into, or whatever. And then I decided I'd just go ahead and attempt to cancel it, and it canceled just fine. So honestly, I have, what could you custom this dude into? I mean, even if you put on a different head, I mean, what? It would just have to be something like completely original. Because I mean, what else would you do? I was thinking, it's like, well, with Arson fresh on my mind, I was like, well, could I do something like that? Not really. It's not really a fire truck. But I just couldn't really think of anything, so I just decided to just try to cancel it, and it did. So. Take the second one, make it a Beast Hunters Optimus. Oh, no, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, that would work. That's I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea. You kind of see Legacy Bulkhead as maybe Brawn. Well, it's funny you say that. They actually took this version of Bulkhead, stuck a Brawn head on there, and released it into what they called a GDO or something. It was like a generation something. They actually took this figure and put a Brawn head on there and tried to call it Brawn. I was like, seriously? Honestly, to me, it looked like one of the Koopa Troopers from the terrible Mario movie. Yeah, that live-action Marvel movie. It's just like big hulking things with a tiny little head. That's what that Brawn looked like. It might work with the Legacy Bulkhead though. Oh, you mentioned that version earlier? Yeah, I must have missed it. Oh my goodness, look at the time. I knew we'd go long. It was fine. There was a lot of stuff to cover, and I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time too. Yeah. I don't want to get into it, but I got the Lego Star Wars game got it for the Switch. It came out yesterday. I had it pre-ordered, so I got all of the download. I got all the download stuff, or I got the deluxe edition, whatever. I just started playing it a little bit yesterday. I'm kind of anxious to get back to it, so I might throw a couple of do another level or two. But I love the Lego games. I played through the whole Pirates of the Caribbean one like 100%, like 2 separate times. So that one's just fun. And but yeah, I like that new Lego, the whole Skywalker saga. It's a deep game, but it looks fun. So anyway, if you dig that kind of stuff, First Returns, highly recommended. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for being here and sticking with me through the end. It's been a lot of fun, and I don't have any new toys planned to come in in the next week. So next week probably won't be quite comprehensive, but I'll try to think of something. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. I really do appreciate you guys all being here and your support all the time. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.